let me ask a question, and this could be for anybody, but both Blair and Tim were talking about when they had lunch and they were talking about disbanding and doing their own thing. One thing I know about Vancouver, and especially at that time, 1987, there were a lot of good bands, and there still are, coming out of that city. And I got the impression that the music scene has been quite well. And I'm wondering, since you haven't said much about it, were you concerned at the time about leaving, stepping away from the music business or at least, I'm sorry, the music scene at a time where Vancouver was really starting to, forge a name for itself musically?
I don't know if we were worried about. I mean, I wasn't worried. I was not done with the band at that time. I don't know how you guys felt, but honestly, I think just like most of the power pop bands back then, I think that particular scene and sound, it was starting to, I think it hit its peak around 97, 98, around that time. Yeah, the bands that we were listening to at the time, Sloan, Trouble Charger, the Posies, Red Cross, all those guys, the style of the music that we were playing at the time, I mean, it was sort of at its peak right then, I think. I don't know, so maybe we had disbanded at the right time, but at the same time, we weren't really concerned with it. Obviously, you three weren't too concerned with it anyway.
There was a lot of, I mean, there's no question. It's an internal conflict, what could have happened if we released it at that time. And so that wasn't an easy decision. There's no question. We know we're making light of it, but it's, that was a hard decision. And it was amazing playing with these guys. And they're, over the years, you think back and think, oh, what if we did release it? I wonder what would have happened, right? Of course, how can you not think that? But we all make decisions and we move on. But for sure, it was that wasn't an easy decision.
And to go a little further on that,
I think it was tough for power pop bands. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we recently had a few comments back and forth that by no means were any of us in the end unhappy with the decision that we made at the time. We're good in our careers and our families, and it was the right choice. So it was just a lot of fun, that's all. And
yeah,
that's what stopped at the time for this particular fun in my life, and I guess their lives as well. But we all went on into other things that we're very happy we did. And so it was probably the right decision at the time.
I'm super thrilled, super thrilled with kind of how it all played out, because we're now enjoying something that's aged well, and it's so fun to look back and have those memories, and also to have all that we've done in the last 25 years.
Yeah.
I mean, life is hard. It knocks everybody around. We've all go through ups and downs as we age. It's not quite always as fun as when we're young, but to do something that you and to put out this incredible, it's a fantastic album. I mean, it's so smart. Everything for you guys to be as young as you were, the way you put all those songs together, everything that was in there, all the harmonies, all the bridges, everything was like so right. It was really, really impressive. I mean, so probably would have been cool at the time, because you could have gotten into a van, no doubt. You were at that age, and you could have just went all across Canada, went into this and just like spent months on the road, smelled like, eating Taco Bell and sleeping on top of each other in a van. And that could have been cool. But at the same time, you guys had a chance to do something now that most people don't. And, and you're sure you have like a big appreciation, because you did it, doing it now because you love music and you love to play. So that's awesome. Yeah. So you're planning some new songs. Are you going to play a film live? Are you guys going to do that?
Well, that's what I was saying there, is that we haven't even gotten together in the same room because when all this
Oh, right. You guys,
resurfaced,
Canada's pretty
it was
rough.
it was COVID time, just started, clampdown started, and we hadn't even had the chance to all four of us be in the same room since '99, I guess, or around there. But I'm hoping that now, when things get better, that we can all get into a rehearsal space and have some fun. By no means to do it anything seriously, but just to continue the fun and energy that can result in maybe a few live shows here and there.
That'd be great.
How are your musical chops right now, gentlemen?
Musical
We're
chop.
You said
We're
how the
finding that
musical
out as
chop?
we
Yeah.
we're finding that out as we record this song, this old song,
Yeah.
afresh, and it's come back.
There's a
I
few cobwebs to get
Yeah.
get dusted off, but
Yeah.
I think it's actually coming back a lot easier than I thought.
We'll send you a butter
So
turd.
there's so many great Canadian bands. I grew up with all these Canadian culture and Canadian bands, and so I'm trying to think of some of the Vancouver bands. Spirit of the West, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Grapes of Wrath were a huge influence in our early days, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, Grapes of Wrath,
I love
I'll show you this. You'll notice the instruments in this
Oh,
picture.
nice.
We got a Rickenbacker and a Hofner bass, because at that
Sweet.
time we were listening to Grapes of Wrath pretty well nonstop. So our instruments
Nice.
betrayed us.
Yeah. And at the time, I was behind a Hammond organ
Yeah.
playing like Vince Jones.
We all went to the same school. Same school. And like I was saying earlier, John and I, and Enzo, the missing bass player, and then another drummer, we formed that band Sly Dog. Did lots of like
back it up a little bit.
back up. What, the Haze?
Yeah,
Is that
we started playing, and then I got kicked out of the band for another drummer
See, I've
called-
erased. Okay, you tell this story, Blair. You tell it, because
I don't really remember. I just remember us meeting in grade 9. The band was called The Haze, and we were practicing in John's garage.
Yeah.
And then one fateful day, I was told by somebody I was no longer the drummer. My friend
Do you
Craig
know who
told me.
Craig told you? What did we pass a note
exactly.
to Craig?
He didn't even tell me. Can you imagine, DJ Gill?
No, what's the reason? What's the reason that a ninth grader would just dudes in ninth grade would decide somebody wasn't the drummer for them? Like, what is
Anyways, then you guys had Sly Dog and Steve Fiddler, and then I don't know what happened with that, but then somehow we found our way back together, the four of us.
Well, actually, so you got kicked out, and then with Sly Dog,
I got kicked out.
we were
I got
we
kicked
were
out.
gonna we were there's a lot of kicking out going on, but we were gonna. John thought that we were all going to kick Enzo out, our bass player, who was kind of aloof at the time. Oh, I don't care about anything. So, but behind the scenes, me and the drummer, we decided, you know what, we're going to just leave the band. So we left the band, and John was left without a band. And all of that just kind of went sideways. Everything kind of fizzled. We tried some things, didn't work. And then we got our heads screwed on straight at some point, I think late in grade 11. We were like 16, 17. We're like, hey, should we go back to the original? Like, should we get these four guys together? And at that point, we were super, super into the Grapes of Wrath and Blue Rodeo. And that was the era right there. Grapes of Wrath and Blue Rodeo.
So yeah, we got together. It was junior high. We were 14, 15, whatever it was, and did a few Beatles tunes and tried it. We didn't, but then in grade late grade 11 or early grade 12, we just decided to get back together, and those years we were listening to a lot of Grapes of Wrath, Blue Rodeo, Sky Diggers, those types of bands, and Sloan eventually came out with their first album, Smeared, or first main LP,
Yep.
Smeared, and then that changed us right there.
Yep.
Smeared and
Yep.
Teenage Fan Club's Bandwagon-esque really changed us right there. We started it more into the power pop side, and then the Posies, of course, for us came out of the woodwork, and that was it. You know, we just started on that path.
Guys, I think we're 45 minutes in, so I don't know. Did you have any other questions?
Oh, many questions. I mean, I don't know where to end, but no, we just really appreciate this. It's
Yeah.
such a great story. You know, you hear so many things about albums never coming out, you never getting the proper, you know, reissue or their issue, and or a lost album that was, you know, never released or whatever. But this is just a great spin on music that wasn't fully realized that now can be, and it's exciting to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been an absolute shame for those songs to not get out into the world for people to hear.
Well, thanks for
So
saying
thank
that.
you so much.
yeah,
For finding them. It's awesome.
we really appreciate your support. That's
Yeah.
those are some high compliments. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for the continued
Oh,
support.
it's a great album. So keep on going, man. Keep on going.
Yeah.
Keep on.
Hopefully, we're allowed to mention that physical release will be coming out real soon on Future Man Records, and the CD. If you
Yeah.
don't have,
It's a-
you can purchase it. Coming real soon, I think, within the week.
Cool.
Awesome.
That is
Yeah, of course you can mention it.
And maybe you guys will be able to launch the world tour that you never got to do.
Yeah, come on down to Chicago. I'll help you if I can get a show.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Sounds good.
Try to do a few shows for sure. Yeah. But Tim, you got that picture of you in Chicago? Tim's actually originally from Chicago.
No. I lived in Chicago for 2
No.
years, though, from when I was 7 to 9
Oh,
years
okay.
old. So in
Right.
Palatine
Okay, right.
suburb,
Right.
and that's where I
That's
learned
where
to
my
break.
wife
That's
is
where I learned.
from.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I learned to break dance there, and here's a picture of me at Lincoln Elementary. Lincoln Elementary. There's me on my head.
Awesome.
Probably, yeah, a lifetime of chiropractic.
Wow,
after that.
nice move. Thank you guys so much.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks a luck with
This is
all
going to
of
be
it.
on Facebook. I'll re-promote it, and I'm glad we figured out a way to wrap with you guys. You'll also be on the podcast, the monthly, the 5 Raddest tracks. You're one of the 5 Raddest tracks. We still have to do that audio podcast.
Awesome. Thank
Sure.
you so much.
Thank you.
You guys are
Thanks,
rad.
thanks again, guys.
Take care of yourselves. Have a good night.
All right, thanks, guys. All right,
Thank you.
have a great weekend.
Yeah,
You too, guys. See you later.